So thank you very much, Norik, hopping on a call today. So for those who don't know you, can you give us like a couple of words? Who are you and where are you from and how long you've been in Poland and what you've been doing here over the past 5 years, I believe?
Yes, almost 5 years. So my full name is Nurmat Muhammad. I am from Uzbekistan and I'm in Poland approximately 4 years, I believe. And I didn't have a big career background. And once a year ago, I used to work in a customer service role, but in one small firm. And something kicked in my mind that okay, it's time to make a big step.
Yeah.
And I always knew that I'm a very much cooperative guy and I can take more responsibilities. But at this time, at that small firm, I was not able to realize that thought of mine, and I decided to try myself in bigger corporations. I tried to apply for several places, and unfortunately or fortunately, that was a big bunch of my attempts was rejected, and that was kind of damage emotionally to myself, and I was very disappointed in myself. And after that, after a while, I saw your post on Instagram that you are about to run a project, and I decided, okay, why not? Let's try it. And yes, after that time, I learned a lot,
Yeah.
really a lot, and especially your approach and your methods, even not only mentally, but even strategically.
Yeah.
And that really helped me a lot. And after, I believe, 2 weeks, I had my first results from you.
Yeah.
I had my first interview, and that was pretty much okay. And after a while, I had another interview as well, but that was kind of another story because I was already almost hired, let's say, from the first interview.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. So, can you give us the company and the job position that you got the job offer from?
I was hired, and I still work for this company. I work for Euronet as a customer service representative for RIA money transfer.
Awesome. Awesome. And okay, so and before you joined to Capital Career Club, like how long had you been trying to land your ideal job here in Poland?
Um, from the moment where I decided, okay, now it's time to apply like seriously for corporate jobs, that was 2 months, I believe. 2 months I was getting rejections after rejections.
I believe, I mean, more or less we came at like the same time here in Poland, right? Like from
Mm-hmm.
Uzbekistan and actually like fast forward, I would say if I look at it, like it took me 2 years actually to figure out how to get into corporate companies, and I got the job. And that time you were actually pursuing not your career but your study. You were prioritizing your. I mean, you are prioritizing your studies than your career, right? And
Yes, I
like
had.
when did you decide? I mean, yeah, it's time to double down the effort and get the job done.
Yeah, for the most part, I was focusing on my studies, and I was not very much focused on the career at the time because I had, yes, as you told before, my first one priority was my studies. And then when I was working for almost 2 years, 2 and 3 months, I believe, in a small firm, I decided that okay, that's enough for me. I need to change the environment for myself.
Yeah,
And after
and
that, it
yeah,
was 3 months, I believe, 3 or 2
okay,
months.
yeah, yeah. 2 months before you join to Capital Career Club, you've been applying like actively every day, and most probably getting interviews, or like how was the situation like in that time? You were getting a lot of interviews, or like what like did you have any like I would say proper system to follow?
I was applying based on, I think, on my mood, maybe because yeah, or if I have a good mood, if I feel myself more energetic, okay, let's see what's the offer, what are they hiring for, and there I was very inconsistent in my applying, and I think that was the biggest the reason why I got so many failures in applying because I never had before CCC, I never had even interviews. I was only getting rejections by my mail.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you haven't had any interviews before you joined to Capital Career Club, and I think the most, I mean, the main problem that you're facing in that time is you not be able to land job interviews, right? Even like forget about getting the job offer, right?
Of course, yes,
Okay, okay.
100%.
And like, what do you think? Like, what were the mistakes actually, which were holding you back to get a job interviews?
Mistakes were really a lot, I would say, because before joining CCT, I was basically doing like a bunch of other people trying to apply for, let's say, positions where I'm not even suitable for, and using a very long templated, really long, wrong formatted CVs.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think that was a very big problem just before even having an interview.
yeah.
After having an interview is one thing, but there are a lot of things that needs to be done beforehand.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah, exactly. I mean, even when you joined to the Capital Career Club, I know that you didn't have any focus to. Basically, you were applying to every position you could see on LinkedIn. Actually, I mean, like it might be sales, it might be marketing, it might be like the finance, like a financial analyst roles. I mean, customer service, like you name it. I mean, you've got it right. It
Yeah, it
was.
was a very childish approach because yes, I was interested in sales, but I did not have enough sales skills for applying for that position. For example, I was really interested in some part of IT, but I wasn't as good as to be a good candidate for that place. But yes, after having been consulted by you that I need to focus only in one position and in which I'm best at for the moment, and then focus on the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Awesome. And like can you give us like couple of things is like the like that actually helped you to improve your application process and like that led you to land the interviews like on a consistently.
What I've learned from CCT for the most part is to be consistent is the biggest uh, green flag for any attempts to apply for corporate jobs. Even if there are rejections, of course there will be, even with the most experienced guy. But people needs to understand that that's normal as well. That does not need to make you emotionally like turned off for trying to apply
Yeah.
and uh, and never be afraid to try.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean the beautiful thing about our community is actually we hold ourselves accountable, right? In that time,
Of
I mean
course.
actually we have a tracking system even. I mean like we track each and every performance we put in into the system. I mean the effort we are putting, right? And like following up system it might be. Can you touch on like a bit the tools we use? I mean the LinkedIn optimization part, maybe like connecting with HR. I mean like showing your expertise.
Yes, I remember we had several meetings with the people who had a really high status in corporate jobs, and that was very interesting and helpful as well. But what's the biggest achievement of CCT? I believe it's that format that you have told that we have a tracking system, so that you are able to monitor everybody who is applying where and in which amount and to which positions and in which CVs. And that was very beneficial for everybody, I think, because for me personally, when I was when I was a bit lazy, let's say, in applying, I remember you kind of told me, "Hey, Nurik, you are kind of
Yeah,
getting lazy. You are applying less than's needed." And yes, and
yeah.
you were able to pinpoint where is the correct CVs to be applied, where is the correct positions to be. Well, basically, that template and that tracking system was pretty awesome, I believe.
Yeah, like love it, brother. So that was the like the technical side of it. How about the, I mean, the self belief. I mean, the confidence, especially when it comes to the interview preparation and like how we helped you.
Oh my God, I do remember that. I had, I believe, two interviews with CCT, but when I got first one, I was already hired. I was already having a third round of interview, and I was pretty much confident in my abilities. But before, from getting my first round interview, I remember we had a conversation, and I was a bit, let's say, shy, maybe because it's my first time ever having an
Nervous too a
interview.
bit.
Yes, I was very, very nervous, and you felt that, and you kind gave me a right approach and right. I wouldn't want to say it's motivational speech, but it was kind of the thing that turned me to the right side to see the process.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like the knowing that you are capable. I mean, knowing that you are basically worth to get hired, and approaching to the interview process from the point of abundance, not like the desperation, right? I mean, like
Of
just give me
course,
the money, just give me the money. I mean, they just give me the job. No, it's not the case though, right? I mean, we have a. I mean, of course, like I remember I told you that even if the company didn't want you to hire you, right? We have other options. I mean, just it's not end of
mm,
the world, and like basically keep pushing, and at the end of the day we're gonna get the job done. I mean, no matter which company, right? It might be a real money transfer or like other companies. Can it give us like the I know that the fact you got the job offer, it's the kind of like the almost like the 90% of the time. I mean, you got the job offer, and you've got the another interview, like how it went. I mean, after getting the job offer, and like how did you perform in that time? Like after like knowing that you got the job offer already,
mm.
and like performing in a way. I mean, I would say it changed your like the mentality completely, and basically approaching to application, I mean the interview process, like completely different angle.
Of course, that was completely different because that was a pure illustration of human, I believe, emotions structure. Because when I was getting my first ever interview, when you understood clearly what I need to be here in order to be kind of ready emotionally to have this interview. But for the second one, when I already had a job offer, I was kind of okay, let's go. Anyway, I have a job offer, but whatever, let's take it.
Yeah,
And I was completely having this interview with com absolutely 100% different mentality, I would say. I was like, okay, ask me any questions, I will answer. Anyway, when you have already a backup plan that was already, let's say, mm, planned already,
yeah,
you don't have this sense of fear anymore,
exactly,
you know? And
exactly.
that was a very, very smooth and very easy interview.
Yeah, and like I mean, since then, what changed, brother? I mean, can you give me like couple of, I mean, the I don't know, like when you realize that, yeah, like that's it. I mean, that's the place, and if I keep pushing, like for sure, I'm gonna get the job offer. I mean, it's unavoidable. Did you have like that this kind of feeling? I mean, like you are in the right spot. I mean, because like since I don't know, like since like 3 months, you've been pushing, but you haven't seen any results. And after joining to Capital Career Club, I mean, like in 2 weeks, you start to see results. I mean, we tweaked your CV a bit. I remember that
Mhm.
time, and like then you start to see results. I mean, optimizing your LinkedIn, and then like in that time, I mean, what would you say actually? I mean, like the specifically like this. I mean, the things started to work, if that makes sense.
things started to work. Well, with me, it worked a little bit differently because when I was added to that group, I was showing you everything what I have, basically my LinkedIn profile, my CVs, and what I was doing in my past, and how I am handling in the interviews. But for that time, obviously, that I had a lot of mistakes, plenty of mistakes, and every time when you were correcting me, saying that this is the right way to do it, that this is completely wrong, please do it that way. But after that, of course, I was kind of doing a lot of modifications in myself and trying to defend it. And that was kind of the moment when my self-esteem was going down and down because the more you were making me, the
Accountable,
more
maybe.
that you were pointing me what to do in the right way, I was like, okay, okay, okay. And self-esteem was going down. But after when I was having a first small
Wins.
successes, let's
Yeah.
say, then I was starting to gain more confidence.
Yeah.
And as I remember, it was 6 months ago, and comparing from now, I'm very much confident on this. I can't even believe that really I was that confident at that time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
CCT definitely helped me a lot in the sense of building my confidence in the corporate world.
Yeah. Especially the. I mean, obviously, you said that like as you see that like the small wins. I mean, that's the proof, right? And the
Of
confidence comes
course,
from proof. And you were actually putting the effort and like showing up every day and being active and sending applications. Obviously, you saw a lot of results, even if like they were small. But that was the turning point for you to gain the confidence. I love it, brother. And like basically speaking on this topic actually, and the getting the right guidance. I mean, getting the basically, how can I say, getting the right guidance from people who have done it already, right? Who helped people to get the job, and basically getting their system and implementing in your own way. Like it saves you a lot of time, right?
of
And
course,
most probably you realize that you could have basically you could have joined to the communities or like the programs like this and solve your problem. I mean, faster than ever, right? I mean, without making a lot of mistakes. Obviously, like the right approach, I mean, the right mechanism and like putting the work in the right system obviously leads the better results, I would say.
100%, 100%. And belief is really a big thing here because a lot of course, I had somewhere in my mind, somewhere in the corner that, okay, should I even trust this guy? Should I even do the things in specifically in the way that this guy is saying? Because yes, I joined the group and when you are pointing to a lot of stuff, but I said, okay, I joined this group, I know you, and let's make it. I will believe, I trust you 100%. I will do anything that needs to be done by your guidance.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that really, I think that what worked it out, I believe.
Love it,
Because
brother. And like, what
Mhm.
would you suggest? Like, what would you say to people who are still struggling to get the job done? I mean, to get into corporate companies, and like, what would you suggest them?
Joining CCT is definitely the answer, but if they are seeking some another ways out, but I believe to just do not be afraid and do the right things as they think.
Yeah, yeah, love it, brother. Like, what other things changed after you get the job done, brother? I mean, it's been, I believe, 3 months or 4 months since you've been working in as a customer service representative at Ria Money Transfer. And like, what things changed? I mean, it might be your identity, like the perceiving yourself in a way. I mean, like the confident wise.
I wouldn't say I was changed a lot by getting this job, but 100% I changed. I became more confident in what I'm doing and what I'm saying, especially when it comes to the job. I became more responsible in the work where I work right now, and um, I do learn a lot of stuff, and day by day at this job, this is what I never had in my previous career. So
Yeah,
basically, everything is smooth, fun, and
love it.
as I get more experienced, as I get more
Yeah,
confident.
love it, love it. And obviously, like we were like before this call, actually, we were talking about how you can transition to other sectors, right? Like in terms of career path. And you were actually like at the moment you're interested in getting into data science or like data analyst roles. I believe, yeah. I mean, once you basically the customer service position, I would say is the one of the best actually position that you can start with, and you can transition to other sectors. I would say, love it, brother. And the yeah, I mean, I'm very happy for you, and I know that the fact you are one of the best student that I've had actually, and it was quite fun working with you, like the
Thank you,
cracking the
brother.
jokes, right? So
Yes.
yeah, thank you so much for your time and hopping on a call.